These maps are the first ones ever released for Call of Duty Zombies, and they came out so long ago that they're now old enough to get a driver's license. So today, I'm going to play all 4 of the first ever COD Zombies maps, and I'll show you guys a ton of secrets that you might not know about them. And there it is, the iconic intro to Nacht an Toten. The round number animates across the screen, and that's it. There's no frills, there's nothing on the HUD. I've just finished the campaign, and oh no, there's zombies approaching my little bunker, and it's a very grey bunker. There's really not a lot of anything going on in this place. It's almost auraless? No, surely not. It's actually got quite a nice little aesthetic going on here. I feel very desolate, very trapped. And these guys don't look so healthy, do they? God damn. I'm gonna rebuild these barriers here. Now I'm safe, surely. Even the shape of these barriers is iconic. Where are you going? Bro, I just seen a guy going to get some milk from the shops. Whoa. Easy, tiger. So, what am I gonna do exactly to survive when these guys keep busting down my windows? And I'm noticing as I shoot them here, I'm getting points per hit. So, a couple of shots in the leg, and then a knife. Seems like that might be a pretty effective way to take them down. Let's get these barriers rebuilt. The first round is over. So what exactly is going to happen now? We've got a 2 in the bottom left, and I'm just chilling with Larry over here. He's had a tough day. Alongside me in the map, we have a sofa. It says hold F to clear debris, and it says you must ascend from darkness. So is that talking about me ascending the stairs, or is that me becoming a better person, you know? And if I get a knife kill here, I'm getting 130 points. So it seems like the shoot a little bit and then knife method is pretty effective. Whoa, there we go. So I also just got to witness my first instance of the World at War lunge, where you get sucked into a zombie, and then they smack ya. Wow, he's actually still got the blood marks on him. That's crazy. Hui! And this would end up being pretty notorious in this game, because you're trying to get past a zombie like that, and you really have a tough time of it. It's not great. And in a group like this, when it's 2 hits to die as well, that's going to be pretty sketchy. So I've got no ammo. The only logical thing to do would be to figure out what these guns are. Hold F to buy a carbine, or I could buy a Kar 98K. Well, this is iconic, so let's go with the car for sure. Hell yeah, headshots on deck, baby. Ooh, our first power-up. Boop. So, let's see what this does. Oh, shiny. So there weren't any zombies alive, but that would have taken them all out there. There are some interesting facts, actually, about those power-ups that you guys might not know. So I made a video recently talking about the origins of zombies, which we're looking at right now. And one of the OG zombies designers was this guy called Jesse Snyder. And he actually put power-ups into the game, like, over a weekend. It was that quick an addition to the game. It was very, very fast. And it's just wild to think the features that now are so core to how zombies functions were just a kind of quick weekend project as he scrapped this mode together. Like, I think it really shows you just how far the mode has come over the years and how humbly it started. Like, we really just had the moon, some blown up trucks, a bunker, a Kar 98K, and a dream, baby. Ooh, god damn. Now that's something that was a really big deal back in the day. The fact that that as well would happen to zombies, that's grotesque, man. And this is Call of Duty World at War. This is a game which was meant to be really serious, right? Call of Duty at this point was not meant to be this goofy arcade wave survival, somewhat fantasy-inspired experience. No, this was a really gritty, realistic World War II shooter, right? And sure, we'd had Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare kind of breaking form from that a little bit, but it was still very realistic, very serious. Whereas this is zombies. Like, is it serious? Or is it goofy? And I think they tread a really good line here. Ooh, double points. But yeah, I think they tread a good line between introducing some of these more fantastical elements. Oh, shot a barrel by mistake. Whoopsie. Let's blow that up and see if it'll... Hey, nice! And something went flying past my head. But keeping those elements grounded in aesthetic choices, for example. Like, the overall look of this entire space. Oh, boy. It's very much something that sort of screams, you have to take this seriously. You cannot just goof around thinking that you're just going to have a silly, fun time. Because this still very much is World War II. It's just that you've got a new enemy to contend with now. So I'm out of ammo here. Let me see if I can grab myself this carbine without getting killed. There we go. All right, we've got a new weapon. Ah, thank goodness I can shoot this a little bit faster. I'm still going to keep trying to rebuild these barriers, even though it's getting increasingly difficult to keep them boarded. God, even just looking down these iron sights brings me so much nostalgia. I really do wonder how many hours I spent as a younger man just aiming down sight here and missing headshots. I suspect it's been quite a few hours, and I'm still adding to that tally to this day, apparently. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, through the window. Oh, Lord. He's a cheeky one. The zombies walking like this with no head is also something that I covered when I was doing that video on Jesse Snyder, and I'll link it in the corner of the screen so you guys can check that out as well as an aside. Maybe I'll put it in the end card at the end of this video so you can click through. But that was also a glitch. That was not supposed to happen. And then, woo, insta-kill, thank you for saving my life. They put it in the game, and the team were like, hold on, this is perfect. There's zombies. Like, we should absolutely run with this. And that's why it's still here. So we're starting to get through the rounds here, and it's becoming increasingly difficult to keep all the windows boarded. I am doing my very best, but no matter how hard I try, these guys have started running. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, yep. We got a runner. We got a runner. Let's get this boarded while I reload. And that is meaning that this room is getting less and less safe by the minute. So I've got a choice to make. I've got sofa, or I have this thing, and it says help. So maybe I should investigate what's through here. What is this? Okay, so we can buy the box. Oh, great timing. Oh my God, the luck. Let's go. What could this weapon possibly be? It's the classic ray gun, and it's about to get me killed if I'm not careful, because these zombies are still really hoarding into me here. Oh boy. Oh, and a max ammo. Lovely. Now I'd better reload before I pick this up. Here we go. And in case you're curious, this is what it looked like on console back in the day. 60 FOV. This was the view. This was what everybody was dealing with. And that's why my animations were a little funky before, because I wasn't playing at this FOV. I wasn't this zoomed in. But if I reload here, you'll see now my arm looks normal and everything. When I'm sprinting, it looks normal. That's the nature of high FOV. Still, I much prefer it zoomed out like this, so that's where we're going to stick with it for the time being. Very quickly, it starts getting very sketchy. Oh, okay. I got a Thompson. Nice. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Hit the nuke for the last couple of zombies. Get out of here. So the map really starts to open up once you start getting through these doors, but it very quickly gets claustrophobic again straight afterwards, because you do have another set of barriers that you've got to contend with now, but that means you've got more openings for the zombies to come and get you. So more space kind of has its downsides as well. Like the bunker feeling is less easy to deal with when you've got more ways that the zombies can come and corner you. So one of the things I most distinctly remember from the past is the sort of glitches that people would try and do to try and survive a little longer when things started getting crazy. So there was one where in this room, if you were standing about here, you could jump and crouch into that little part of the wall, and it would create this like weird pile-up glitch where all the zombies would sort of stand over there and they wouldn't know where you were. So they would just all stand in a big horde just here. And that was great because you could just sit inside the little hole. Let's see if I can get in there now. There you go. You just sit in here and you would just shoot and shoot and shoot, and you can get to basically any round. But as you'll see now, the zombies no longer care about the glitch. There was also a rumor for a long time that I think this bucket had something you could do with it, because you could move it around, and people were like, what the hell? And then there was this tin of beans. Yeah, man, I forgot about that. And so I used to like put the tin of beans inside the bucket, because you could clip it through like that. And I thought at the time that that would give me better mystery box luck. Something like that, at least. It was, I don't know, a very simple time in zombies. Whoa. This bad boy is huge. This is one of the best guns in the box. If you got a Browning, you were a happy man. You were probably going for an MG42 back in the day because it had a faster reload. But a Browning was still a really good pull. You were never sad if you got a Browning, let's put it that way. Okay, so here's that long reload. Let's watch this. Whoa, gotta get away from the zombies while I do it. Come on. And even this moving around, this was kind of alien back in the day. Nobody really moved in this way. This was something that kind of had to get developed over time. Like, people hadn't realized that you could run away from the zombies in the way that you can. It didn't feel like hoarding was really understood. And so instead, what people would do is they'd say, okay, well, let me find somewhere to kind of sit, and I'll use that spot to just take out as many zombies as I can before they come and get me. There's a max ammo. Nice. We've got to hit a reload before we grab it, and it's a long reload. And let's reload this. There we go. So let's hit the box one more time here, and then let's start exploring where this sofa might lead us. Ooh, the PTRS. You know what? Let's grab it just for the sake of showing it off. So this is an incredibly powerful sniper. It's one of the best snipers in the game. It's the sniper that you unlocked at the very end of the leveling curve. And it was so good in multiplayer. I loved using this thing, just quick scoping people. Ugh, it was so satisfying. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh dear. The sad thing in zombies is that it's pretty heavy. So you kind of have to really pull it out at the right times. Let's get this sofa out of the way quickly, quickly. Whew. Oh, it's getting tense. It's really getting tense. So I'm going to try and keep a zombie alive here. There we go. I've got one. Oh, man, I need a breather. So let me get my reloads done. And this is the top floor of the building. And let's explore just a tiny bit. So we opened the sofa up. What gun is this? This is a bar. And we've then got this whole upstairs area. What gun is that? That's a trench gun. We've got a crashed plane there. And we've got a radio tower and not a lot else. So there's not a huge amount out there to tell me why I'm here, what the deal is with the zombies, where even I am. It's all a little bit of a mystery. There's a sawn-off shotgun on the wall there. So let's maybe buy ourselves a trench gun and see how that does. Oh, no. Okay, so it's one hitting, but wow, that foot is going places. Damn. It's definitely limited by the fact that the zombies are keeping their heads. Still, let's give it a shot. Now, we also in this upstairs area have a point where we can buy grenades. That steel hand granat is grenades. So this ended up being the camping spot on this map. You've got no spawn behind you. You can just sit back here with your teammate and you can blast away. And there also used to be a glitch, which I'll show you guys in just a moment. Oh, man. Oh, no. Them keeping their heads is really going to be bad for me. This thing's already not effective enough. I'm going to have to switch back to the ray gun. And the ray gun just doesn't work a lot of the time. Like, the way they coded it clearly was not perfect. Let's just say that. Nice. Double points. That might be last zombie. Let me check. The cardinal sin of Call of Duty Zombies is killing the last zombie too quickly. That is the worst thing a player can do. It looks like, just from scanning around here, this is last. Whew, so I can take a breather. Get my guns refilled. Get my guns reloaded. And you know what? Let's hit the box again here. See if I can get anything special. What is that? PTRS again? Bro. Right, we'll just buy the bar. Let's try this out. So also upstairs here, you've got this cabinet. And it's a mystery. We don't know what's inside it. And even just seeing that particular piece of wall writing. Oh, yeah, you just hang out there, bro. That would make my life very easy. Even just seeing that is super nostalgic for me. But if I very carefully go up to the cabinet here and buy it, you can see there's a scoped Kar98K inside. Now, admittedly, it's a little better, but not a lot better. So I would not recommend buying the cabinet. It's just going to be a bad idea. But I've got not much else to spend my points on, so I feel like that's a valid pick. Now, the glitch I mentioned was here, right? There's a tin of beans on the floor. We can't really see it because of the bodies, unfortunately. There's a tin of beans there now as well. Just believe me when I say there is a tin of beans somewhere amongst the zombies here. Oh boy. And what people used to do is they used to run and jump from the tin of beans, and then they would like crouch or something here, and they would get kind of stuck underneath this. And what that would allow you to do is it would allow you to just completely, infinitely survive while the zombies piled up. It was another one of those infinite pile-ups. Oh man, that nuke is going to save my bacon. Whew. Okay, and you can see why people found it hard, because they would hold off back here, especially in co-op. But then there's not a huge number of ways for you to get out if you do start getting cornered, and with no way for me to reload this weapon faster and not a lot of options to sort of squeeze my way out if I need ammo, it's really not an easy map to know how to survive on. So that's why you would have that classic strategy of maybe one player trying to sort of do some circles here, while another player would sit in the back and just spray, pray, and hope for the best. And then if you got really lucky, you might be able to get a little bit of a group together like this, but then what the hell do you do with them? And there's sketchy situations like that that really just make it too intense. So then you could say, all right, well, maybe that room is just not for me, right? Maybe I should go somewhere else. Let's hit the box here real quick and try and get the zombies out of the way. Whew. What gun did I get? The classic. The classic. This is what people used to use in the spot. They would go up here and they would torch the zombies. And the reason they would use this weapon specifically is because when you were in the glitch, you would run out of ammo, right? But it wouldn't matter if you had a flamethrower that was infinite ammo. So they would sit back here and just tap it like this. Kind of like how we tap modern wonder weapons like the jet gun. And that was the strat. You could get so far in the game using those sorts of glitches that you'd never be able to get to any other way. Or at least not at the time. Eventually though, all your messing around would start catching up to you, and it would just take one unlucky moment. I've got to be careful about the splash damage as well. Oh, I made a crawler. Oh god. Let's get them out of the way. Okay, let's just spray them down. We made it, but only just. And there's my tin of beans. Okay, so I moved it a little bit. Normally it would be about here. No! I downed myself with the splash damage. Oh, it's easily done. So that's Nocturne Totem. Next came Verruckt. So the first thing that you notice when you loaded into Verruckt was, what's that I'm hearing?
Let's see about getting the power back on.
Yeah, so I'm talking now. I'm no longer a silent marine. I'm a character with a voice who presumably has a story. There's a double tap root beer poster. There's this weird machine. Quick revive.
Gotta be a power switch around here somewhere.
Okay, my character's speaking. Context-based dialogue. And there's a door that I can buy, but there's a door that I can't buy. And my teammates, if I was with any, would be on the other side. And the message here says, power will reunite you. So the map is really telling you what to do through environmental storytelling only. There is absolutely no HUD element pointing me towards some kind of objective. It's just saying, you could follow what the wall writing says, or you could not. Good luck. And outside of that, so far, the flow looks pretty similar, right? I'm going to shoot some zombies. I'm going to get some knives here, start building up my points, find some stuff to spend them on. But one change is there's a different gun in the spawn. It's a Garand this time. Not the same as the carbine, but still absolutely a viable weapon. And something I used to get a lot of enjoyment out of back in the day was going up to these windows and breaking each one. I don't know why I found it so satisfying, but to be honest, I still do. There's just something about it, man. The fact that that's possible, you can just kind of interact with the map in that way. Now, there's a decided tone shift from Nocturne Totem to Verruckt, because I'm very clearly now in somewhere that feels like it's got a little bit more of a human presence, or at least it once had. What the hell is going on here? This is clearly a morgue of some kind. Has something crawled out of the morgue and walked this way? I mean, that's the direction the handprints are going in, so it seems like it's sort of slopped its way over there out into the abyss. It's also a map that you might recognize from the multiplayer of the game. So in the MP, you can be running around out there, you can run through that little thing, you can go out there, like, there's a lot of MP stuff here. But it's been repurposed into a zombies map, and yet it still really feels like a zombies map. Like, even just the overall tone of the lighting, for example, the way that this light is flickering here in a really quite dramatic way. The way that it's sort of foggy outside while also somehow still feeling like spring, or there's some kind of morning sunshine that we're seeing here. It's a really creepy blend. It's almost like this map takes place in some kind of forgotten time where it's always this part of the day and there's just endless zombies spawning and you've got this morning glow around everything you do, but you're doomed either way. Now, having made good use of a double points here and there and stuff like that, you might think, okay, maybe it's time for me to start moving on, and it's blinking, so nearly at the end of my double points. Let's maybe start investigating what some of these other rooms have to offer. Okay, that was cool. So, what's in here? Not a huge amount. There's a double barrel shotgun. Huh, interesting. There's shower water. That's weird. We've got some grenades, a Thompson, and we've got some pretty scary noises. What the hell was that? So that's one of the things about Verruckt. It's just creepy. Everything about it is designed to get under your skin. It really is a map that is meant to freak you out. Can I buy this? No. I can hear screams coming from the rest of the asylum, though. Let's keep opening up here. More signs of human activity. And what the hell is that? So this is a first. We didn't see any of this sort of stuff before. There's chairs here. But the zombies are breaking in, so I can't really be sitting around and exploring for too much longer. I'm just gonna stand and fight. Oh, man. So already, it's round 4, and this is getting kind of difficult. I've got just enough to buy this door here. There's another one of these weird-looking machines. What is that? Speed cola? Let's take some of these out. So bear in mind, at this point, I've got no idea whatsoever what speed cola is. Like, why is this here? And there's Juggernaut? Okay, Juggernaut soda. Interesting. Let's maybe keep one of these zombies alive, and we can do a little bit more exploring. So this room is a little different to the rest, right? We've had just asylum vibes in those previous areas, but now we've got all this wall writing, and what is the deal with this? There's a massive bone saw, there's a guy eating something, there's all these numbers everywhere, little bird on a rock, you've got a mannequin that's hanging here, and this massive thing that says hands. Now it's weird because in the previous map there was really no story or very little of it, but now we're suddenly getting actual dedicated writing that seems to indicate that there's like a bear crossed out, and some kind of madman has been here and listened and writing this weird coded language. It turns out that's actually Illuminati code. And then even more writing here. Some of it's backwards. Within the warming world. Yeah. Peculiar. So we keep opening up, and Elektrischer Betriebsraum seems to be our next destination. Now just look at the aesthetic difference of the yellows all the way over here, and then just the sharp, striking blues of the power switch room. And there's a hand on the switch, and that makes me wonder, who was here before? Who turned off the power? Who was it that shut the facility down? We'll have to wait and see. We hold that. Starts an alarm. Okay, so the power is on. And that was pretty intense, right? This machine is talking to me now. What does that say? Hard to tell because the lighting is so striking. On closer inspection, it looks like it says, wish often, and your wishing well will run. Interesting. Well, I'm going to wish a little bit here with the mystery box. We'll see what I get. Okay, STG. Definitely a solid weapon. Oh, there goes the zombie. That's the end of the round. So there's this downstairs area. I can't go any further. I wonder what's down there. Could I interact with any of this stuff now that the power is on? I mean, even just thinking about interacting with stuff in that way wasn't really on players' minds back then. What could it possibly mean to interact with stuff? We've never interacted with anything before in zombies because Narked was just Narked. It's a room. That's it. So you might think, well, that's all there is to Verruckt, but this machine's lit up now, so maybe I can interact with this somehow and it'll give me something? We've got a nuke there. Let's avoid that for just a moment. See if I can earn some points real quick. Another nuke? Okay, well, that was pretty lucky. Let's grab both of them. Double nukes, baby. So Speed Cola says, hold F to buy, cost 3,000. So we've got to hustle a little bit more. Wow, I got another insta-kill. Oh, I'm getting so lucky with these drops right now. And really attentive players would start to realize the drops are actually on a little bit of a cycle. So the way it would work is that you'd get a series of drops, and then that series of drops would kind of repeat, and then you'd start getting a fresh series of drops, but you wouldn't just get like nuke and then nuke and then nuke and then nuke. Like you'd need to get all the drops in a given cycle before you started getting the next cycle of drops. So I know now that I'm not going to get an insta-kill, there you go, until I get a max ammo. Same deal with the nuke. The nuke is not going to come back until I start my next cycle. And I could tell the cycle had flipped because I got 2 nukes in a row. So we're starting to get a pretty decent amount of money stacked up here. So I'm going to head back into this room, check my corner, buy the mystery box. What do we get here? Ooh, a Magnum. Let's see if it's any good. Oh, whoopsie. Okay, so we're one-hitting. That's good. I'll take it. A little bit more awkward to get the headshots on the iron sights, but that's all good. So let's see. What does this do? So I drank the drink, and now I've got this icon in the bottom left. Still an extremely minimal HUD. There's still not a lot going on here at all. But as I'm about to find out, Speed Cola really does speed up your life. So there's a double points. Let's hit reload here. Look how much quicker that is now. Absolutely glorious. Speed Cola is just a delight. So this is our first ever perk buy in World at War. And I mean, it could have been any one of the perks on the map, but speed was our choice. And it was wild, right? Having these things introduced when Narked had been so bare bones, and yet it had still been so much fun. And now we had these completely new ways to change up the zombies formula and strategize as well, right? Like, which perk should I buy first? Should I be buying speed first, or would there be a better first choice? Wow, that zombie was moving fast. One thing that very, very old fans of my channel might remember is that I actually made a video about this radio. So on World at War, if I shoot this radio here, nothing happens, right? Totally empty, nothing. But they remastered this map in Black Ops 1, and they made it so that radio actually plays songs if you shoot it. And so I made a video being like, oh my god, I found out that this radio plays songs. Like, that's so cool, right? Something in a zombies map is interactable. That's new. And that's very rare as well. Like, most of the stuff in this map is very sort of static and unchanging. So any opportunity to interact with it feels really special. Now, I'm kind of hanging out here in this little holdout, and it's feeling good for the time being, but it is getting a little sketchy, especially when the zombies on my side start breaking through their containment. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, thank goodness. Let's head down the stairs here and keep exploring the rest of the map. Oh, perfect. We have a zombie. Lovely. So there's quick revive. Interesting. Need a little revive indeed. And there's this bad boy, Juggernog, made with real eggs. That's a good nog. Yes, please. So those are 3 perks that modern zombies players are probably going to be very familiar with. And we can just demonstrate what Jug does here. If I take some hits, boom. The zombie does not down me in 2 hits anymore, which is a big difference. And actually, interestingly, Jug is stronger on this map than it is on any other map in World at War. As you can see, I can just take hits for days, and I'm good. The perk is extremely good at regenning my health and just generally keeping me from going down to one singular zombie. But as soon as I get 2 zombies attacking me, then things are going to get a bit more scary. Now, quick revive is a little bit more mysterious because I'm in solo, so I can't really make the absolute most of this perk right now. But still, I figured I'd buy it for the historical record, you know, just to show you what it looks like. So we've got Speed Cola. We've got that. And what the hell is this? Oh, so if you held your use button next to the table, it would make a buzzsaw kind of noise, like a drill was going off. So it seems like that chair has kind of kept some of its past instilled within it. And now I'm down here and a round is starting and the zombies are running and it's getting very hectic. Whoa. And there's fast ones now too. Look at that. Look how fast that guy's going. So this was the introduction of what was called the Verruckt Super Sprinter. They would run at you faster than zombies had ever run at you before, because in Nacht und Toten, they did not have that kind of endurance. Those kind of fast twitch muscle fibers were not a thing. Whereas now they really are, and it is terrifying. It means that they close distance on you so quickly. Oh boy, let's buy the door. Whew. Okay, so we've got another perk here. God, look at it in all its glory. Isn't it gorgeous? Man, brings back so many memories. And there's also this thing next to it. What's the deal with this little tubey thing? Bouncing Betty. I mean, go on then. So these were in the multiplayer, so it's not like it's a mystery what a Bouncing Betty was. But for you guys now, you might be a bit confused, like, what the hell's the deal with that? And I will show you as soon as I get past all these super sprinters. Okay. Nice collat there. Let's get a quick reload going. I'm going to need a better weapon very fast here. Quickly hit the mystery box. Come on. Oh, I don't have enough. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Okay, STG, you're going to have to be enough for me. Oh, quickly. Oh, God. What'd I get? Okay, shotgun, I'll take it. Oh, God. Hit that reload faster. Okay, nice. Whew. Let's get another hit on the box, just in case I can get something a little better than this. A bar. Not sure that's going to do the job right now. And I can see the zombies coming through here as well, so that gives me a little bit more of an idea of how many I have left in my round, which is actually really nice. So I'm going to try and get down to 1 zombie here. There we go. Perfect. I got my max ammo. Lovely. Thank you. So what's the deal with a Bouncing Betty, right? Well, I can pull them out here. Look at this thing. I used to use these so much. And if I just toss this down on the floor, that'll just sit there. Look how iconic that looks. Man, this is bringing back so many memories right now. I can just drop one down here as well. And then the idea is that if I go near the Betty here, it will explode and it will kill zombies around me and I can use it as kind of a get out of jail free card. I kind of wish I had a lot more Bettys right now because this is going to get very, very scary. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's that? Ooh, okay. So this is a weapon that I really should not grab, but I'm gonna do it. For science. Uh-oh. I need more betties. Okay, I'm good. So this Garand that I've just picked up has a special attachment. It's an aftermarket part before aftermarket parts. As you can see, you switch to it, you hit 5, if you're playing on PC, and you've got a noob tube. It's incredible, but the likelihood that you down yourself with this thing is so high. So, one that you've got to be very careful with. And look, it doesn't even kill the zombies, man. Look! Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful performance. Yeah, not worth using at all. Oh boy, I've got to be careful here. It's got quite a lot of tubes, I must say. A lot of noob tubing to be done with this thing. Fair enough. Wow, that's weak now. Okay, next gun. Oh, Panzerschreck. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, I'm going to have to open the door. Okay. Whew. This is the last area that we haven't been to yet. And as you can see, this is the door that we opened up to get to double tap before. Make sure the area in front of me is clear. Let's test out the Panzerschreck. It's a big old rocket launcher of dreams. It's very slow. It's hardly killing the zombies right now. So alongside everything else, right, there is something interesting going on here. And that's this electric box that I pointed out a little earlier. Like, what the hell is the deal with this? If I go up to this, it says it costs 1,000 points. And if we end the round here, ooh, double points for next round. Don't mind if I do. But if I earn myself 1,000 points, yes, Nuke, that'll do it. I can show you how this box works. So, holy, let me get a reload on this thing. Let me get a rebuild on this as well. And then as soon as the zombies start spawning in, we're going to get to work. Okay, here we go. Here they come. There's one. Let's hit the electric barrier. This is going to keep me safe. Any zombies that start spawning in now are going to get zapped and wrecked by this thing. It's covering both these doors, and it means that I only have this barrier here and that barrier down the end there to worry about. And it lasts a decent amount of time. So this makes camping in this area really effective. So people were doing the Nacht camping strategy in the last map. Now they've got a new strat that they can camp in and just keep consistently hitting the trap. But the problem is that it goes on cooldown. So sure, you can run around on Verruckt and try and survive just by jumping about and being crazy, or you can try and just keep continuously hitting this trap over and over again. It's going to come off cooldown here. There we go. Perfect timing. Let's take out these zombies that are in my way and then quickly hit it and get a reload in as well. Quickly. Go. Okay. We just about made it. All those zombies are going to die, so I can focus on the window for a little bit. My trap's going to be over soon. I'm going to have to get out of here. Oh, here they come. They're coming through that far window now as well. Oh, he didn't die. Okay, trap's over. I've got to get out before I start getting overwhelmed in there. And I want to go and try and buy myself double tap. Oh, low on ammo on this as well. Maybe hitting the mystery box is a good idea. Let's see what I can get. Please be something good. I desperately need it right now. Oh, yeah. So I've got the Browning, which is good, but it is extremely slow. Don't know what's slower, the Panzerschreck or the Browning. God, come on. Quickly. Oh, no. Okay, so that's one of the new additions to this map. The teddy bear, it laughs at you, and then the box, as you can see, it leaves, which means I'm leaving as well. I do not want to be trapped in here any longer than I have to be. Oh, no. Okay, so this is actually a spot that I used to hoard in quite consistently. One of the things that I would do is I would keep that power door shut, and that would just mean that you could fairly consistently hoard in this room. Let me see if I can get a Panzerschreck shot off here. Wah! Scary. Double tap. Get in me. Oh. Maybe I can buy a different gun here just to help fight through the horde or get a reload in or something. Double barrel shotgun. One of my old favorite weapons. Oh, yes. It's so much faster. So this map's added a huge amount, and we're not even done. For example, if we come over here... Okay, there's these showers. Maybe let me make a crawler so I can demonstrate. There we go. We got a crawler. Excuse me. Okay, so got the showers, and we have a toilet that I can flush. Why the hell can I flush the toilet? Okay, I can flush it again. Can I flush this toilet? Doesn't seem to do anything, so maybe this is the only one I can flush. And once you hit it that third time, if you listen to the music here... we could do a little headbanging, maybe. So this was the first ever Call of Duty Zombies Easter egg song. And it all came out of a toilet. It's a tradition that would go on to enhance all the future maps. And they became associated with one of the Treyarch audio devs called Kevin Sherwood. Now, honestly, the entire Treyarch sound team deserve a lot of credit for everything we're seeing here, because they were the ones that were writing story stuff at this point. They were the ones that were really leaning into the forums where people were theorizing about what was going on in the game and leaving suggestions for how to make it better. Like, the sound team really took this mode under their wing and made it into what it is today in a big way. Obviously, there were more people involved too, but they had a fundamental hand in everything that is COD Zombies. And the music, I think, really informs that and speaks to that as well. And I know some of you probably think I'm just talking about, oh yeah, they wrote some songs that were kind of the Zombies vibe. But no, I'm talking so integral to the story of the mode that characters like Samantha Maxis, Edward Richtofen, the whole story of Moon and the MPD and all of that, it simply would not exist without that original Treyarch sound team. Brian Chewy, Kevin Sherwood, Colin Ayers. I'm definitely missing more, and I feel bad because they were so important to it all. But they're the unsung heroes, I think, of Call of Duty Zombies, and I mean, I'm perpetuating that by unsinging them still to this day, I suppose. Chris Cowell as well. Cowell was another one that needs to be on the list there. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's the thing about Verruckt. You go around a corner, you start having a bad time very quickly if there's a zombie on the other side. Oh, let me see if I can get into my little holdout spot here. We'll drag the zombies this direction. Quickly, quickly, go, go. Oh, okay. I'm in a decent spot here. I'm a little low on ammo. That's going to get very scary very fast, actually. Uh-oh. Okay. What have I got here? Browning. Okay, let's get a reload on that. And I still have my Bettys, so I can position these for later. Oh, unless that zombie takes them out. Insta-kill. Nice. New round starting, so I get more Bettys here. If I place them too close to the wall, unfortunately, the zombies in the barrier are going to take them out, so got to be mindful of that. Trap's back. That's what that siren means. Okay, making the most of the insta-kill while it's active. Okay, let's hit the trap. Start taking the zombies up behind me here. There goes some of my Bettys, but that's fine. Still got one Betty back there, so that's good. Oh boy. Well, there goes my Betty. So they're useful, but yeah, when zombies get into your hiding place, you use them up pretty damn fast. Those sounds again. Man, and the bricked up window. Like, this inspired so much intrigue back then. I was so curious what it all meant, why this was all here, why there was that hand on the power switch. Like, why would someone have left their hand there? Like, does that mean that they got killed? Whoa! Oh, God. Oh, very bad. By the thing. Oh, no! No! Oh, no! Placing my Bettys. I guess maybe the next map will give me some answers about why there was that hand there. And the song playing now also might be a little bit of a precursor to something coming. Next came Shi No Numa, and already there's this loading screen with characters, and where the hell am I now? Aesthetically, very different vibe to those previous two maps, and who's this? That's weird, isn't it? Let's investigate here. So, there's a man hanging from the rafters. Below him, there's a blood splatter over here, but not a lot else going on. But if I turn, is that his parachute? And are those maggots on it? Ugh. Horrible. Or is that his parachute just up there to the side of him? And if it is, why is he hanging so perfectly? Like, surely if you parachuted in, you wouldn't be hanging from seemingly your neck like that. And if we just back up a little bit here, we'll notice he doesn't have an arm. So is it possible that he could have been the person in Verruckt that turned off the power? It would make sense, seeing as that person left their left hand behind, and he's got no left hand. The zombies also are walking a little differently to what we've seen before here. I mean, this guy's even sort of saying, yeah, come at me, bro. So maybe we're in a different location to good old Verruckt. Now, it was this spawn area on this map, Shi No Numa, taking place in a swamp, which we're going to explore in a little moment here, that would introduce some of the most iconic storytelling methods in all of Call of Duty Zombies, and it came in the form of this radio. Once you activated that one, you could activate this one, and then if you took the zombies out here, you could activate this third one.
Running low on gun juice. ammo's getting low, but I ain't worried.
Absolutely iconic. So iconic. And then you've got more numbers playing. So that was a message that named characters for the first time in Zombies. We haven't had people talking about Peter and Dr. what something or other. It's sort of redacted, and Dr. Max or something like that. Why is he saying the giant needs to be contained at all costs? Something about Riese needs to be contained? Like, what the hell are they referring to, right? There is so much information that you get out of those 3 little radios in this spawn room, and it really set up the future of all of Call of Duty Zombies. And once again, like I said in the previous map, the sound team are the people to thank for all of this. So it's a message to Peter, saying, I hope it hasn't happened there too, but I'm almost out of hope. Could it be that this is Peter? Or could that be somebody else? The message said, you must know by now that we failed to contain the asylum. The asylum was the previous map that we were playing on. So has this guy come from the asylum? Was he at Verruckt by chance? In fact, was he one of the Marines that was fighting there that we were playing as? And when he says the element is dangerous at best, like, what is he referring to? What element are we focusing on, or are we being warned about? Let's keep exploring the map and see what else we can kind of uncover here. As I get through the round here, this is actually also the location of a very famous old glitch. So this time around, it wasn't jumping into like a hole in the wall or something. It was actually this. You could kind of do this weird thing where you sort of jumped and dived in here and you'd worm your way in, and zombies would get really confused. They wouldn't know where you were. It's not going to work, obviously, because it's something that I think Treyarch patched in the end. Yeah, back in the day, those glitches were a big deal. People paid a lot of attention to those things because Zombies was hard, man. It's not an easy game at all. And the idea of hoarding zombies up still, even at Shi No Numa, is only just starting to become discovered. Like, people are still very much just trying to find camping spots and kind of going from there. So I've got a couple walkers left. Let's open this first door. This is always the way I used to open. Off that stuff goes. Down the stairs. So this is comm room. Okay. What else have we got here? A mystery box. Look up to see the light. All right, well, let me hit the box just because it would be nice to have a better weapon than the Colt. Ooh, a Type 100. One of my old favorites. I love this thing. So you've got a dead end here. Okay, interesting. You've got some numbers on the wall. That makes me feel like maybe someone was holding out here. Like, was somebody trying to kind of count their days? Whoa, that zombie scared me. What else do we have in this downstairs area? We've got this fireplace, which we'll come back to. We've got a storage area out here. What have we got over this side? Doctor's quarters. And then over here, the flogger. So this looks to be another one of those traps that we saw in Verruckt, except this one has a little bit more of an interesting design. It looks kind of crazy. We will definitely come back to this thing. For now, though, let's take these zombies out. We've got a double points, which we'll save for next round. Well, I looked at my phone and I missed it. So don't miss out on your points, kids. So the overall feel, as you kind of explore this little area, is that you are in a central hut and it seems to connect several other corners of the map. And if you were paying attention at the very beginning, the loading screen for the map actually gave me a bit of an idea of what the overall layout was. Now, seeing as we're getting towards the end here, oh, he's running. Let me see if I can make a crawler. Perfect. But let's just take a second to really take in the sights and sounds, because this map, compared to Verruckt, has much more of a green tone, whereas Verruckt was much more of that kind of yellow color. So what's going on over here? Let's see. So we've got this fire. It looks like someone might have been burning documents. That's interesting. And this seems to say Die Glock, and then I don't even know what that says below it. Something, though. So Die Glock maybe is interesting, seeing as there's so little else that's actually intelligible and readable here. And then you just have this specific scrap of paper. Then in this room, we've got another radio here. This one doesn't do anything, though. Mysterious. Piece of paper or a poster that seems to say the arm is attached to the body by the shoulder. Sometimes it can rip them off the body with enough force. Like, what the hell's going on there? Were they doing some kind of twisted experiments in this place? Is that why that's on the wall? So with that kind of question in mind, let's open to the fishing hut. Costs us 1,000 points. And we're going to explore. And is that the swamp? And as we do so, we can kind of hear the ambience of the bridge and the swamp around me. Wow, this is new. So, this has just randomized the perk that I would receive. So for the first time ever, we don't have perks now, we've got moving perks. And I guess Speed Cola being the first one that we find is just a little bit of sort of symmetry with what we happened to buy first in Verruckt there. But in another game of Shi No Numa, that could be Jug, that could be Quick Revive, like it could be any one of those other perks. So what else can I find in this area? Ah, hello. Another radio. Anything else in here of interest? Another butcher's knife. So what else can we find in this area? Well, there's some kind of monkey or something in the back here, making a lot of noise. And then clearly this is where the fishing's been happening. But for now, I think we'll just skedaddle out of the fishing hut and see what else we can find elsewhere. I took the bridge before. Maybe I should take the swamp. And you very quickly start to realize that you're going to slow down in the water and the zombies are not. And you're going to kind of flow around. I've actually not noticed that in a long time. You've got to be careful in that swamp. It's really going to mess your movement up. But you can see this was kind of a contained little loop and then it leads back to our main island. And this is the flogger. We've still got a decent amount of points though. So let's maybe open to the doctor's quarters. There's a zombie spawning. Got to be careful about that. New area, new spawns. So this already is feeling so much more expansive than Verruckt. And Verruckt already felt so much more expansive than Nacht, so they're really leveling up with every single map that they release here. Let's see what's through these doors. Another random perk. Okay, Quick Revive. Not something I'm super focused on right now, but that's fine. There's another radio here, and there's what looks like a little note on this table. What does that say? That's the sort of thing that fans would theorize a huge amount about. Like, what could that document have meant or been that was so important to sort of display like that? Now, if I try and make another crawler... Perfect. Okay. So in this back area, this is here. Find Dr. Richtofen. And there's something on these tables, but it's so low resolution, it's really hard to make out. I believe it's on this table as well. Yeah, look. What is that exactly? Very mysterious. You've also got books here. Too hard to tell what's on those spines. Funnily enough, in future games, those same books would return, and you can actually find Richtofen's own diary as some of the books, but for the time being, they're just too low resolution for you to actually make that out. Let's go spend some points on another one of these different areas. Oh, hey, buddy. Storage, you're next. And we've got a faint kind of reddish glow on the storage text there. Interesting. Got more zombie spawns coming in. That's one. There we go. Got a wade here. Is there a sound that I can hear? Some kind of weird buzzing? Ah, so this maybe could be the element that they were talking about. What if this is an element of an alien ore or something which has crash landed? I mean, that might be why the tree is uprooted. It's certainly sparking in a weird way and it's making a really weird noise.
I wonder if that rock brought those freak bags.
Huh, I wonder if it did. Very, very peculiar. Seeing as I'm in an unknown area and I don't know what the cause of the zombies are, I mean, it's as good a theory as any, right? Let's see what perk we get here. Lovely, we've got ourselves some double tap. And is there anything else that's special in this little area? Oh, another radio. What's that? Sounds like they had a pretty bad time with those zombies. So this is starting to tell me a little bit more about the people of this world, right? And the things that they were dealing with. And I start to sort of connect dots, right? I'm like, okay, we were just playing in a map where they were holding off against zombies. Could this have been a recording of those same people? Especially seeing as that other radio that we found seemed to be talking about the asylum. Maybe there is some kind of link between the two. So let's see if we can push through to this last of the 4 openings here. Here we go, to the comm room. Okay, so this one's interesting because there is a radio tower back there. Go into the comm room here. There's only 1 perk left for it to randomize to, so it's Jug. Let's go. Let's do the same thing and explore this little area. Whoa. What the hell was that? Okay, what about this? So it's making noises when I interact with it here. Creepy.
I know you're sleeping.
Excuse me?
What, are they gonna put a music Easter egg in every map now?
So, my character, who we know the name of, it's Tank Dempsey, he's just commented on the fact that we've just activated a music Easter egg and it specifically said, I know when you're sleeping? It's going to start making more sense why it said that in just a second here as the song plays. But we now have a reference to the fact that these are Easter eggs, right? Like that's been named by this character, Tank Dempsey. And not only has he named it as an Easter egg, but he's called out the fact that they're going to be in every map, and that's sort of a tradition that's been started, right? So what's also interesting is if you listen to the song lyrics, it's a woman who's been waiting for someone. And we sort of start wondering, like, is this something that is relevant to the story? Like, could it be, right? Is there even just a possibility that it is? Oh God, it's dogs. So this was a terrible surprise for everybody that was playing this map for the first time. These doggos are not to be messed with. Oh, easy, tiger. And what people used to do is they used to sit in this spot and they used to try their best to take all the dogs out just with a little bit of a funnel. That would make their life a little easier. And then they would get their max ammo. So that's the first ever max ammo round, also known as dog round, in World at War Zombies. They'd never been done previously. And yeah, we now had our first one and it was terrifying. Now, what's interesting is that during the dog rounds, and we can listen out for this the next time one comes up in a couple rounds here, you can actually faintly hear the sounds of snoring. And this led to one of the biggest zombie storyline theories back in the day, which is that all of this maybe is a dream. I think Black Ops Tiger, the one to sort of popularized this theory as far as I remember at least. But yeah, there was this whole idea that we're sort of dreaming this and all of this is in our heads and maybe it's due to 115 exposure, but maybe not. And that kind of explains why things are the way they are. Thankfully, it didn't go that way because I would have been really upset, I think, if it had all just been a dream. Still, a cool theory and one of the first ever zombie story theories that really had a lot behind it and a lot sort of going for it. So let's try and get another crawler. Perfect. Don't want the insta-kill. I'm good. So, you see this hut? You see that? There's something just in the distance there through the forest that we can just about make out. If we waddle past this part of the swamp, you can actually see there's some text inside. It seems to say something which, if you line it up just right, looks like the word Tunguska. So, Tunguska is an area where a meteor crashed. So I guess that makes it a meteorite. And right there is this massive meteorite. And this is a real thing that happened. In the early 1900s, there was a meteorite crash in Tunguska, and it caused a series of things to happen. Number one, it flattened a lot of forest. So there was a lot of damage to local trees and wildlife in the area. Number two, there was a huge amount of radiation from the crash, and that irradiated the local people, and they would then end up going to the doctor because they had this blackened skin, like their skin was beginning to rot almost from the radiation poisoning. And they also had this really weird effect come over them where their eyes would kind of take on this dull kind of yellow color. And many of those people died. It was really horrible. And if you look at some of the sort of local inhabitants that I'm fighting against here, you've got slightly blackened skin, you've got dull yellow eyes. So maybe that is what's happening. Maybe Dempsey was right that the space rock that we shot at earlier on did actually cause the zombies to appear. This is going to get really sketchy. I'm going to have to do some crazy stuff here. Oh, this is going to be bad. Can I get out? Oh, an opening. Oh, excuse me. Holy. Yeah, so Shi No Numa might be a more open map, but it certainly does not feel open. It feels claustrophobic just like all the rest. Come here, mystery box. To the box we go. Quickly, so it doesn't go away. Oh, no. Oh, yes. This is an MG42. I'm just going to hold it down till it's empty. Hell yeah. Look at this thing. Look at it go. It's so good. So this really was the gun that you were going for. You were spinning the box to try and get the MG42. Then the MG would earn you a ton of points, and you'd then be able to use those points to spin the box a bit more and hopefully get yourself a ray gun. That was kind of the goal. Except in this map, the ray gun wasn't the only thing that there was sitting inside that little toy chest over there. There was other stuff in there as well. Oh my god, that was actually streamer luck is so real, dude. This was also in there. The Wunderwaffe DG2. I actually can't believe that worked. I'm in awe. This is a wonder weapon unlike anything the zombies community has seen before. You can zap the zombies, it chains between them, and it kills anything in its path. It is incredible. This thing is amazing. Look at this. Chain lightning at the touch of a trigger. So good. Boom, look at that. And it's dogs again. So let's see how it does on dogs. Pretty good, eh? There we go. We've got one more shot here. Let's try and get that dog. Oh, I missed. Okay, let's back up and get the MG out. We're going to hide in our corner. This is also where Betties would come in really handy. If you had a Betty right now, you could just place it back there. In fact, you know what? I think they're on the wall just here. Yes, sir. So let's just place some Betties back there real quick, and we can save those for our next dog round. Wonderful. We also should get 2 Betties back now for finishing the round. There we go. That's more Betties. Let's get those dropped down, and then let's get out of here so that we don't destroy them pre-dogs. Lovely. So, the Wunderwaffe DG2. An incredible gun. I mean, it's gorgeous. The design of this thing alone is so nostalgic, and it really just sort of expanded the imaginations of, whoa, that was close, the zombies player base. Where previously, yeah, we had the ray gun, but it felt like that was kind of as far as things were going to go in the sci-fi direction, and the rest of it was just going to be standard multiplayer guns. Like the stuff that was in the campaign, we'd just get more of that. But Treyarch saw an opportunity on this map to say, we've got more in store, and that's exactly what this is. Now, let's hit this new trap as well and see how this works. This is the flogger, and as you can see, yeah, zombies go flying when you use it. But the risk with this thing is that you walk into it, and you go flying, and you die. You have to be very careful. Now, you can prone under it, but it's risky business, because then the zombies are going to come up behind you, and if this thing stops running, which it looks like it's about to do, those zombies are going to start hitting you. Okay, it looks like that last zombie actually got killed, so I got saved just then by the final swing of the flog. But it's very dangerous, so something you've got to be mindful of. Now, there's also this thing up here, which you can see there's these cables connecting to, so let's try and investigate this. If you come over here, this thing says turn on the zip line. Let's take out some of this massive horde here. Thankfully, my gun does so much damage. We are thriving right now. Let's go. Amazing. So, a zip line. How exactly does this work? Well, it's turned on. Doesn't seem to be doing anything just yet. There is a power switch for it, though, so let's just wait a moment. And did you notice that? The handle just went up. So when these zombies start getting a little too close for comfort, which, to be honest, is already happening, we can hit the zip line, boom, and we can just fly to safety. So for the first time, we not only had things like the Wunderwaffe DG2, we not only had moving perks, we not only had dog rounds, but we also had transport. And that might not seem like a very big deal, but again, remember, zombies players are not used to moving around at this point. Like what I'm doing right now even was a little bit alien. There were a few people doing it, but really not many. And so having something that could act as a get out of jail maneuver was so important, and it meant that a lot of strategies developed where people would start playing the map, they'd get everything open, just like I've done, and then they'd say, okay, you know what? I'm going to open up through this warning door here, we'll say hi to Peter as we go, and we're going to sit just here, on the zip line, and I'm going to hold out. I should be pretty okay here, because I've got an MG, so this thing should be able to just rip through all these zombies without too much hassle. There's a nuke as well, but I'm going to have to reload. Let's quickly flip to this. Nice. Chained through 4 zombies there. Awesome. Let's see if I can finish the round with this. I missed. Okay, I'm reloading. Let's hit that nuke. Cool. So I can still hang out on the zipline for the time being. And it's dogs again. So let's head downstairs. And that's great timing, actually, because I'm starting to get low on my ammo here. And there's not an easy way for me to get myself new MG ammo. So it's really nice to just be able to flip over. Thank you, Bouncing Betty, saving my bacon. Whoa! Okay, I've zapped myself now. That's not good. And there was actually an issue in World at War where if you zapped yourself with that Wunderwaffe on the next map, for example, your jug would stop working properly. So it'd only take 1 hit and you would die. It was really sketchy, and I think that might even still be a problem to this day, potentially. Anyway, let's drop my Betties down because I've got to the end of that dog round, and let's head back to our camping spot. Grab ourselves some speed cola. Okay, that's 2 perks. That's 3 perks. And while we're here, I guess we could always do a little bit of experimentation, right? Now that the maps are becoming more interactable, what if I do this? Nothing for now. We'll keep experimenting. That really was the nature of zombies at this time. You'd really start just sort of trying stuff. Like, the devs have put a little note on the ground here. That's interesting. Can I interact with it in any way? Doesn't seem so. But people would take those sorts of ideas and they'd start checking them off. They'd be like, okay, can I do anything with these little scratches here? Nope. Okay, let's move on. Looks like there's another parachute down here. Could that mean that there were other people that came here alongside our little hanging friend over here? Oh, look, 115. What could 115 be? Seeing as we've been talking about this weird mystery element, I guess it could be that it's element 115, right? that's a possibility at least, at the very least. Let's start getting ready to defend here. There we go. And again, this would be a perfect spot with a group of friends to all sit on this thing. And then as soon as those zombies started getting a little bit too close, we could just hit the zip line and get out of here. But for the time being, this is a perfectly viable strat. Insta-kill, huge. Give me a good little moment of respite. And that's the end of the round. So an interesting quirk to Shi No Numa is that if we count the zombies in the round here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 final zombie. There you go. So there were 24 zombies in that round. I'm getting low on ammo here, so I'm going to have to hit the box unless I get dogs here. Although honestly, I could get rid of the Wunderwaffe because this thing's not that great for killing with the strat that I'm trying to execute. So let's count. 1, maybe trench gun. 2, 3, 4, 23, 24. So there were the same number of zombies on round 20 and round 19. What's the deal with that? Basically, the game's just coded that way. So that means that if you're able to execute a really crazy strat, you just need to be able to take out 24 zombies consistently and you're good. Then you're on to the next round and you just need to do your strat all over again. These dogs are getting really scary. No! Oh, okay. Damn. I can reload my MG at least. There's the teddy. So, box goes up. We saw that before. But this thing, look up to see the light, was really useful on Shi No Numa specifically because now, if I look around me in the sky as the zombies spawn in here, so I've got to be very careful. Ah, a beam from the heavens. So if we walk in that direction, God, that's what it looks like on World at War on PC. That's crazy. It looks so different these days. Look at that. That is incredible. So, that massive beam in the sky leads me straight back to the mystery box. And it looks so ethereal in this game. Like, it looks so gorgeous. Now, what's going on here is that players were really struggling in Verruckt to know where the box was moving to, because you could move it, as we saw when we got the teddy bear, but trying to find the next location was a bit tricky. And so having a really open skybox, not too much roofage in front of you, to be able to see a light like this pointing to where the mystery box was, just made the player's life so much easier. So it's one of those things where a player need turned into a kind of aesthetic design choice. Oh, Molotov's out of the box. What do you know? And this is now so iconic. Like, everybody knows to look for the mystery box light. And it's because of this. It's because of this player need that the devs were addressing as gameplay design feedback, which has caused this to have this absolutely iconic imagery. I love it. I love the fact that it came from gameplay first. I think that's so cool. Now then, we didn't really see the true beauty of the Flogger before, so let's get this going and see if I can take out a pretty good number of zombies with it. I'm gonna just... Oh, we're getting hit by the zombie behind me. Oh god, oh god, oh god, he's not dying. He's not dying. Oh god, no. Okay, I'm okay. Whew, a little bit scary there. So yeah, trying to snake around under the Flogger, it's not for the faint of heart. It's really not, but that was a very quick round 23, wasn't it? Just a little bit of Flogger and one nuke and we're good. So that's Shi No Numa. So for all that Shi No Numa has added, for all of the amazing stuff that it's introduced to zombies and built on from Verruckt, there is still a problem. And that's that, as you're starting to see here, I'm running out of ammo, but I don't have a huge amount to do to get ammo back, or to be more powerful, or to avoid that problem in future rounds, or anything along those lines. Oh god, I've got a zip line. I gotta get out of there. Those zombies were too close. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just limited on firepower, right? And that's dogs. Perfect timing. So I mentioned people had this ammo problem, right? Dogs were also part of the solution to that. The reason that dogs are here is to give us these max ammos that we need so desperately. Beautiful. And there we go. So it partially solves the problem, right? But when you get bad box luck, really starts to not be the solution that it previously was. Uh-oh, 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 MG, 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 MG. Oh boy, double tap, I love you so much. The problem was when you got your max ammo, but then you very shortly afterwards started burning through all your remaining ammo. Like, to use your MG or whatever, oh god, the zombies can push you off there as well. And so that puts you in a much more sketchy situation where you're like, how the hell am I going to survive this? I don't have my get out of jail free option now. And my bullet gun is just doing less and less and less to this horde. And they're really pushing me back in this room here. And I can hoard a little bit. Let's buy ourselves a new gun just so I don't run out of ammo. Oh, this is getting sketchy. This is getting sketchy. Let's maybe try Molly. Oh boy. Okay, hop away, hop away. God, I feel like I'm in an actual war zone right now. So weapon power is a challenge on Shi No Numa, but thankfully, the devs had a solution to that up their sleeves. Another map on the loading screen, a more gruesome one this time perhaps. And what is this? Gotta turn the power on again. We appear to be in a factory, and it's Riese, which just so happens to be the place mentioned in the radio in the spawn of Shi No Numa. They've come full circle with it. They teased it, and now here we are. And, I mean, clearly we're in German territory now. There's a clock that's stuck over there. There's this 935 on the wall. I'm on a pad of some kind, and this thing's in here. Let's work our way through these zombies and start to explore this city that we seem to be trapped inside. Embrace the Trinity and true power will be yours. Interesting. And there's another one of these 935 symbols. Okay, so you've got a hand grabbing maybe an atom inside a cog. So are they seizing nuclear power or elemental power through technology? Like, could that be what this 935 stamp is meant to indicate? Let's keep exploring. I'm gonna grab myself a weapon here. What's this? Car 8K, right where things began. Let's go for it. Expert marksman over here, now that I've been playing zombies for a year or two, you know? I mean, it's crazy to think that this map actually came out less than a year after that very first one. Like, the time between Nachtrandtoten and Riese was not that long. And yet, this is so much more expansive than that little tiny bunker we were trapped in before. Like, it's a completely different vibe. There we go. Round 2, complete. So just like Shi No Numa, I wonder if there's any radios or anything I can find here. Oh, what's that?
Stand up. Stand up.
He's telling a zombie to stand up?
Good. Look at me. Over here.
And he's clicking like a dog?
Now walk forward.
Wait, so they're controlling the zombies. Sounds like they're not fully in control and they've had to kill it there at the end. Interesting. So that sounded like a German, not an American this time. And it sounds like maybe they're trying to use the zombies as, I don't know, test subjects of some kind? Is part of this 935's goal to create a zombie army? Could that be what they're going for? I wonder what else we might be able to find in this area. Maybe if we investigate on the ground here like we were doing in Shi No Numa, finding that Die Glock thing, we might be able to find some more stuff. And look at that. There's more of that weird writing that we saw on the walls of Verruckt. So remember I said it was Illuminati text if I get this zombie out of my way? There's another Illuminati message here. So what does the Illuminati have to do with 935? Now, once again, if you were a multiplayer player at the time, you recognized a lot of this because this is actually the map Nightfire from the final DLC pack of Call of Duty World at War. So in Nightfire, you can run around all these places, and much of the stuff that is blocked off to you in the zombies version of the map is actually open in the Nightfire version. Whoa, scary. Let's open another door here. So the area behind this building, for instance, it's all there in Nightfire. Still, it doesn't really matter because they've zombified it to such a great extent, and the wall chalks really help with that. They really make it feel like zombies. The mystery box does. The help thing here. Like, all of these contribute to the zombies aura in a really big way. You know what? I'm going to grab myself the double barrel shotty here because I reckon this is going to be the best thing to keep me safe while I try and talk my way through this map. Not so good for points, though. The old point system means that using a shotgun kind of limits my potential. So I'm actually going to try and make the most of some of this Colt ammo while I've got it. Let's take out some of those zombies and then just grab this max. And one zombie left. That should be safe to knife. Nice. So let's keep moving. There's these metal doors here, and as you can see, these do not open for me. I can't just buy them. It says power must be activated, and there's a zombie walking around. So they clearly built these metal doors to keep those zombies they were trying to control from marauding around the wrong parts of the facility. Let's see, what's this way? Open 750. Okay, let's do it. ZB. So does that mean there's a ZA and a ZC? Like, what could that mean? We've got some really interesting little experimental vials here, and oh man, a chalkboard and a pinboard and everything. We're gonna have to come back here for sure. And what is this? What the hell do we do with this thing? Power must be activated? Okay. Well, there's a map in this room, so let's see what the map says, if I can survive. Thankfully, the zombies aren't moving too quickly right now. We don't have any Verruckt sprinters on our hands. Still, gotta keep our wits about us because these zombies do not play in World at War, and 2 swipes and you are gone. Oh, that was so close. Holy moly. This is not looking good. It's getting real tight in here. Okay, let me just try and fight my way through. Let me out, let me out. Ooh, what is that? A carpenter? So that's new. Haven't seen that before. Carpenter. Rebuilding my windows. Very useful. So, the map. We are here, and that looks like where we started. And there's something over here, so maybe we should sort of head in that direction. Let's go. Oh, what's this? So this looks like maybe it's an electrical trap or something. Either way, there's a power arrow, so I guess let's follow that. And there's some generators, and voila, we have another power switch. And there's another hand on it. So was it not Peter's hand before? Or was that not even Peter? Bit of a mystery. Whoa. So that was a bridge. It wasn't a trap. And now, if I go over to this, we'll see that actually it was a trap. It was both. They were double dipping here. So they built traps into their facility to keep the zombies away from them, which honestly is good planning. So they've done well there. That's typical German efficiency. But now we're kind of trapped in this area. We might as well just spin the box a little bit, see what we can get. Give me something good. Okay. That was really bad before, but we can try again. Magnum. I'll take that. That's really not too bad. That's almost like having another shotgun. And let's see what is in ZC. Ooh, okay. A knife on the wall. That looks very tempting, but we're going to pass on that for the time being. There's also a quick revive perk just here. And look at that. Another one of these things.
Teleporter. Could be useful if we can link them up.
Whoa, so Dempsey just said it was a teleporter, and it would be useful if we could link them. Before we do anything about that, let's deal with the fact that it's a dog round, and the dogs do not play. Like, it really is tense, having all of these dogs spawning in and running at you at this pace. You never feel safe in these maps. Like, never. Even when you're between rounds and you've got a bit of a breather, you feel like there's only going to be one awkward spawn behind you, like some little area that they could come out of that you didn't realize, and boom, you're two swiped and you're dead. What's this? Is that a bear's paw print? Okay, very strange. Let's see what this teleporter does. Hold F to initiate link. 25 seconds? Okay, well, the mainframe can only be one thing, right? Surely the mainframe is this mysterious area that we started at. Like, that looks like a massive thing. That looks like a massive version of those teleporters. So maybe I can activate it here? Ah. So I activate the mainframe. The door goes down. That starts sparking like crazy. Wow. And if we earn a little bit of money here, there we go. I can open some more doors up. Ooh, scary. And we can see what some of the rest of this map has to offer. Okay, so return through ether? What does that mean? This is sparking like crazy. We've got ZA. Okay, interesting room. And we've got another one of these teleporters. So I guess we're going to hit this. Oh, the first one lit up. Okay, let's go. Excuse me, buddy. Coming past you. Alrighty. And activate. Wow, there we go. What was that behind me? Haha! So it spawned in a drop. It gave me a little reward for doing what I did. So I guess there's just one more of these left to do here. That's the barriers coming back, thanks to Carpenter. Alright, so this thing that we saw before, let's do it. All the way through the gap in the stairs, I guess. Let's see what it does. Nice. Okay, we got another drop. Cool. And we have the Pack-a-Punch machine.
Pack-a-Punch. Reminds me of a sweet chick I knew once.
Typical Dempsey. So, I don't have enough for it. It's 5,000. It's pretty expensive, so we're going to have to earn some more points here again, and oh boy, here come dogs again. So I've got power on here, but I haven't yet found Jug. I've got double tap up there, quick revive over there. Maybe Jug's going to be on this part of the map that I haven't fully explored just yet. We went this way, but we didn't go this way, and why is this making such a weird noise? Huh. I hold F on it, and it makes a funky sound. And this one as well? Interesting. There's another door for us to buy. And what's through here? Dead end and Jug. And if I lie down, I actually get a little bit of extra money. So that's called loose change. And that's something that was introduced in World at War, just as a little if you know type thing, where you can go up to each perk machine, just like that one up there, which I'm not going to do because there's too many zombies here. And let's buy that STG as well while we're coming through. And yeah, you can lie down and just get yourself a bit of change that might have fallen from when other people were dropping coins, you know? That's the idea. So, looks like there's another radio here. What does this say?
Initiating test number 3. Subject is within the test chamber. Activate power.
So are they trying to teleport the zombies?
Oh my god. Do you hold yourself and clean that up? Test number 3. Unsuccessful. Test subject has been reduced to the same state as previous subject.
Okay.
Clean up the test chamber and recalibrate the system.
So there's a German scientist talking to another German scientist, a doctor, and he seems to be trying to teleport the zombies. So if we're sort of putting 2 and 2 together here with what's going on in this facility, they're trying to create zombies that follow orders, and then they're trying to teleport those zombies into locations of their choosing. Sounds like they're trying to build a bit of an army and then send them into battle, right? And if we investigate some of those chalkboards that we saw earlier on, we might be able to get a little bit more of an idea of what they had up their sleeves. Now, you'll also notice as I'm playing here that I'm moving around a lot in this map, and this started to become a little bit more of a thing with the Riese. Like, people began to say, okay, I could just walk around the whole map and try and go in a big circle. That might be possible, I suppose. A lot of people did this. They came to Teleporter C over here, but then they would come to this little walkway and they would camp. And this became known as the catwalk strat, and it's extremely famous. Any of you that have done a high round zombies attempt ever, and you've played World at War, you 100% have camped on that catwalk at some point in your life. It is iconic. And it wouldn't involve all this movement that I'm doing right now. Like, even this is more than most people would do back on Riese back in the day. No, instead it would be much more a case of sitting up there and just holding your ground. So I said we'd do some exploring. We've got some stuff on the wall here. What does this say? Well, it's really low resolution, but Die Glock ist just mobil. Die Glock is mobile? Didn't we have some kind of message about Die Glock before? You've got these drawings. Hard to tell exactly what's going on in those, though, but there's some kind of experiment hooked up here. You've got this, and that's very difficult to make out. And you've got a lighthouse, it looks like, with zombies in front of a ship, maybe? Let's come back to those in a second when we find a chalkboard somewhere a little further away from these zombies, shall we? So what else is going on in the distance here? Looks like the city's pretty run down. It's looking like people have had a pretty bad time here. Let's buy this, actually. This is a new weapon, the FG42, and I love this thing. It is gorgeous, as you will see shortly, but we can explore a little further. So far, it's got the teleporters, but it's just kind of a smaller addition to the zombies formula compared to what we saw with Verruckt and Shi No Numa. Like, those introduced so much stuff. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So we've got this again here. More of these. We've got some circled dates, some writing here, and another one of these pictures. Now, it's very hard to make out, but it almost kind of looks like there's maybe a zombie underneath the Eiffel Tower or something, but maybe I'm imagining that. And what's on here? This says, Edward, I know it was you. Okay. And we've got Never Again, Sam, maybe? Okay. It's still hard to make out because of the grenade symbol on there, so let's try and find another one of those. And this is another one of those brains that was making the noise. Okay. Activated. Let's keep moving. And now, as you can hear, an Easter egg song has begun to play. Now, as we headbang to this and we enjoy the music, you'll notice, somebody's in the vent over here. Now, that's not good. They've fallen into this massive vat. And that sort of inspires me to wonder, like, what else might we be able to find if we just sort of look around? So let's take in our environment a little bit. And out here, this stuff's all pretty plain, but then look, if we look through this window, you can see more symbols on the wall there. And we can see that someone has met a pretty gruesome end. Let's keep moving. What if we head down into this room? We haven't really explored down here, right? What is going on here? So there's a furnace. Were they burning their excess materials, maybe? What about the spawn? Was there stuff here that we maybe missed? That seems to say JD. Right here. Aha! There appears to be a little teddy bear back there. Interesting. Anything in these doorways? No. What about back here? Okay, so that's the area that we can get to from teleporter. What is it? B? A, sorry. And there seems to be some kind of strange thing in the distance just there. So whatever this structure is, might be something that would be worth us paying some attention to, but let's keep exploring. I said we'd come back to these chalkboards, right? Here's another one. Experiment 935 was successful. Happy face. 114 UUQ. 115 UUP. That's Union Quadium, I guess. And 115 Union Pentium. So those are the names for these unnamed elements, element 114 and element 115. What else does this say? Everything can be based off this model. Then you've got Delgado mentioned here. Tomorrow, the project will move into full production and what looks like a wormhole, potentially. And if we look at the corkboard here, the previous one was much harder to see, but this one's much clearer, right? That's France, 100%. We're in Germany right now, so that's interesting that that's marked out there. And you've got these unclear images like we saw before, but then that looks a lot more clear, and it really does look like the Eiffel Tower, right? So look, that is the Eiffel Tower in the background. So we had a lighthouse in that first one, and now we've got the Eiffel Tower. Strange. And what is this, right? For modern Zombies fans, you'll probably recognize that looks an awful lot like the Wonder Fizz. But right now, It looks kind of mysterious. We've got another one of these chalkboards, and again, the mention of Edward, I know it was you. So there's clearly a lot of experimentation going on at this site. There's a lot more story that is being told here, like a huge amount more. There's a little rat on this table. They've got brain scans. They've got cages. Like, what the hell were they putting in the cages back here? This return through ether thing is mysterious. And so all of this is just thrown at you without any hand-holding whatsoever. Like, the game didn't explain to me in explicit detail exactly what it needed me to do. It didn't put a big pop-up on my screen. It just sort of left me to it and said, good luck, and maybe listen to Dempsey, I guess, and he's going to be unreliable at the best of times. And I love that about the old design philosophy. They really said, we trust the player. We reckon that the player has got it covered, and we're going to let them go at their own pace and discover this at their own pace. And if that means that they go slow and they can't figure things out, that's on them. They've got to get good. But if they do get good, and they put that time in, and they do that work to improve at the mode, and they figure out that you can walk around the map in this kind of circle, and they start getting enough points to go and test out this new machine, for instance. Once the player gets to that point, then they can start interacting with some of this more niche stuff that we've hidden in here. The moon is looking pretty ethereal right now. Is that sort of a common theme, like the idea of an eclipse? Is that something which relates to the fact that this outbreak has happened in the first place? Like, does that explain things a little bit, or what? And still, this whole time I'm wondering, what's the deal with the stuff on the ground back there? And, oh, there's a zombie. Okay, let's hit our mystery machine and see what it does. Here we go. Okay, so it's taking a second. Boom. An upgraded weapon. Oh my god, I haven't seen this classic camo in so long. This is so nostalgic for me. Look how gorgeous it looks. I love this design so much, man. So, Pack-a-Punching back in the day transformed your weapon into this kind of chrome, alien-powered laser gun that would just beam zombies like crazy. And so remember when I said that Treyarch had something up their sleeves to deal with the damage problem in the previous map, Shi No Numa? This was that solution. We had upgrading for the first time. It changed the names of the guns as well, so there could be story things hidden in the gun names, or there could be complete other references to movies or TV. They were able to do so much with this one machine, and it totally changed the way you play the map. For example, I've just pack-a-punched the FG42, but now I'm like, hold on, I wonder what the double-barrel shotgun would be like when I pack-a-punch it. So we can go over to the machine here, put it in there, and we can maybe take out a couple zombies while we're waiting, and then grab my double-barrel shotgun, and boom, here we go. So this thing's real strong now. This isn't going to be two-hitting for a while. Lovely. Let's see how the dogs fare against my double-barrel shotgun of doom. Oh boy, it's still hard to hit them, that's for sure. I could really do with speed cola in this weapon, so let's go grab that, shall we? Let's grab ourselves some speed cola. So now let's try and get a crawler. Look at this. It says SOS in sandbags on that roof. And it's the sort of detail you would never notice the first, I don't know, 100 times you play. And then sometime you might just jump onto Riese and realize, hold on a minute, those sandbags do say something. And that's what I love about these old maps as well. There's so much detail in them that you can miss for so long. And then one day, oh, let's avoid that actually so I can get a crawler. But then one day you can just have a revelation. You could talk to a friend maybe, and your friend could be like, hey, have you seen? There's actually this hidden thing on Riese. If you come over here, and you might not believe them at first, but then you hear them out and you get pleasantly surprised. All right, this insta-kill is going to be perfect for us finishing off this round here. There we go. Just the crawlers left, it seems like. So let's get rid of this fast one. Oh, couple more zombies. All right, we're in business. So let's take a look at what's going on back here. We've got these things on the ground and this strange panel. And if I shoot the panel with a pack-a-punched weapon, what the hell is that? Okay, there's a little girl talking to me. Very strange. And if I look around the map here, I can find teddy bears now. I certainly did. So this was the first introduction of none other than Samantha. Let's find her second teddy. Look, got the pack-a-punch pistol. It's got a good loadout here. Oh. So that's 2 teddies, and hello. So we win, and it's game over, but nothing really happens here. It's mysterious. And obviously there were so many theories about this back in the day. Like, what does that do, right? What was the point of that? How does that affect the map? Does it make the zombies harder? Does it make the zombies stronger? Does it actually unlock something? Is there a secret door you could open? Is there some way to get out of the map here? Is there a boss at round 50 or round 100? All these theories were so popular, but no one really knew. It was a massive mystery. And you really have to look into what this structure is to be able to even fathom some kind of basic idea. So we've seen a load of mentions of Die Glock, right? I think it might even be on this board somewhere. Die Glock is the Bell, which is a German research program that was trying to create UFOs all the way back during the Second World War. And this is something that you can look up and read about, and there's historical sort of records of, and there's theories about as well. There's lots of conspiracy theories. Oh, look, there's another one of those bear paws. Interesting. And this strange thing back here maybe is linked to Die Glock. Maybe this is part of their UFO testing. Like, is that possible? It became known as the Fly Trap, because I think that's what it was called in the game's code. And technically, it's actually the first ever proper zombies Easter egg. Like that little quest that we just did, round's ending, that's a full Easter egg quest. Another radio here. So there's a dog in this one. He's talking to Edward. Okay, so Edward has tied the dog down. And did he just teleport a dog? Subject has vanished. Okay, so they really did just teleport a dog. That's crazy. And that's the end of the radio. So bit by bit, we're learning more and more about what the hell's happened at this facility. They were trying to test on zombies, but then at some point they were like, you know what? Let's put a dog in it. And it worked. I'm actually going to grab the Thompson here. Let's pack-a-punch that next. Hell yeah, Thompson. God, this thing's so much better now it's packed. Tearing through. So that's Riese. And if we just take stock of how far zombies has come in the last, 9 months, we've gone from being in a bunker pretty much the size of this room, and we've come all the way to a massive teleporter in a Nazi secret research project that upgrades our weapons with perks that we can buy, power switches we can turn on, moving mystery boxes, massive amounts of lore, storyline that we can find but we aren't handheld through, new wall weapons, wonder weapons in the mystery box, and masses of space to explore and try and find all the secrets that Treyarch were hiding in their maps. It was absolutely insane just how much progress we made this year in realizing the zombies vision, and no other zombies game, in my view, has been as transformative on a day-by-day basis as World at War was. We covered so much ground. It's really just wild to think about. I mean, look, there's a friggin' Bowie knife now. And as Treyarch made all of these innovations, the zombies community grew and innovated in its own way as well. The rounds you could get to changed. Your aspirations changed as well. And we had this Easter egg now that completely blew everyone's minds and made them so curious about what was to come in the future. It was hopeful. It wasn't a cynical kind of attempt to gouge money out of people, but rather a way to really inspire their curiosity. And I mean, we can just cycle through pack-a-punch weapons real quick. Look, Thompson, STG, PPSH, MP40, PTRS, M1 Garand, Browning MG, FG42, Bar, let's teleport here, trench gun, and then back to our double barrel here, Type 100, and there's the Thompson again. So that's just a selection of the guns. That's not even the Wunderwaffe, that's not the ray gun. And then there's C3000, which is crazy. Look at this thing. Don't need no Mustang and Sally when you got a C3000, baby. Look at that. Gotta look ahead of you though. You don't want to blow yourself up. You got no PhD in this game. This thing was so cool, man. And of course, the Wunderwaffe. I mean, look at this thing when it's pack-a-punched. It is just gorgeous. And it's powerful as well. Hell yeah, with the red beam, bro. Let's go. 6 shots in the mag, or the chamber, or whatever the hell you're gonna call it. Let's deal with that dog with a Wunderwaffe shot. And of course, it would be rude to forget the trusty ray gun. Always has your back, always absolutely shreds. This thing is so good. And it looks gorgeous with this pap camo. So Treyarch cooked with this DLC. They absolutely cooked. And they did an incredible job over the entire year to blow the minds of the zombies community and keep us guessing the entire time. And I'm so glad that they did, and they trusted themselves to actually go ahead and experiment with all these crazy ideas that really didn't feel like Call of Duty at the time, but nowadays they feel absolutely essential. I wouldn't be playing Call of Duty if it wasn't for zombies right now. It's kept me playing the game and kept me playing the franchise for so long, and for that, Treyarch, I am eternally grateful. I am so glad this mode exists. It's given me a career in many ways as well, and I have to thank them for that. And I really think that video games at large, honestly, would be significantly worse off if this absolutely wonderful mess of a game mode didn't exist. So thank you, Treyarch, for the thousands of hours of Dori's catwalk strats. Thank you for the clutch nukes like this one. Whoa. Thank you for the max ammos. Thank you for the story. Thank you for the opportunity to get to know these characters and to get to know some of the crazy ideas that your devs have had stored up in their heads all these years. It's been an honor and a privilege, and I wouldn't change a thing in World at War. I wouldn't have it any other way.